Actually, I hate monitoring the trade because they're longer, or you will be watching or micromanaging the trade. You will do some stupid mistakes, and yeah, and you will regret it. But like once you get that first payout, you make sure that this thing is real. Like the money you see in this really good. Like I should actually go to your bank account, you get to withdraw it and see it, touch it. Like then you spend some on yourself, some on family, and then okay, yeah, you see it's working. Don't quit your job, okay? Like you will see a lot of money on social media, people posting. People post the good side, okay? You never know how much people lose money and how many accounts they fail. You will never know that, okay? You will see the on one account that they passed, you will see the one payout they reached. So don't hate on yourself, don't be hard on yourself.
Hi, it's Pep from Alpha Capital Group, and we're here with another trader interview. So this week we have Salah. We're going to be walking through his trading history, a bit of his background, and his experience with Alpha Capital Group. So yeah, really looking forward to this trader interview. Make sure you stick around until the end because he's going to be giving some golden nuggets into his trading strategy and how he approaches the market. Salah, good to have you on for the traders interview. Really appreciate your time. So just want to start off just explaining who you are and where you're from.
My name is Salah. I'm actually from Morocco, living now in almost a year here in California. I have been with Alpha Capital for more than a year. I'm actually funded 200,000. I have kept the account for over a year, received like almost 9 or 10 payouts overall.
Yeah, very nice. You've had the one account for over a year.
Yeah, sure. I got funded back then when I was in my home country around last year in March. I kept trading the same account until I moved abroad, and I kept, trading the same account. I have stopped stopped trading on the same account for like 3 months because, I've been reallocated and stuff like that. And later once I get used for the time and everything, I get back to trading. It was different stuff for me when I just moved abroad.
Yeah, Sally, I mean, holding an account for over a year, not many people do that. So I guess that tells me you're very good with your risk management.
Risk management, and I really don't look for really huge payouts. Like my strategy doesn't really, push me to take too much risk, and I really like to keep the account, and I prefer consistent small payouts over huge amounts.
Mm-hmm.
And account after 1 or 2 payouts, I prefer to keep the account.
Yeah, sounds like a sensible approach. So how long have you been? How old are you, and how long have you been trading for?
I'm 27. I start trading around 2020. I think everyone, they start around 2020. Yeah, COVID time, extra time, free time, been looking for a skill online to leverage the free time, and I come across trading and all over, I start learning here and there, and, I make it.
Yeah. What did your journey look like? Was it difficult in the beginning? Did you have?
Of course, like any other beginner trader, like especially from North Africa, like you don't have the resource or like academies to go through. So get lost, look for over like 8 months or something like this all over YouTube, and try this strategy, try that indicator, try this, try that. Once you get a gathering of many information, you make sure that, and you lose a lot of money, and it don't. And they're like, you don't learn for free. That's how trading is. Like that's what makes it a little bit tough because you're wasting time, you're wasting money, and you have to, and people around you putting more pressure on you. Like your family will not let you alone because you're learning trading. You will not find the support. Support you. That's clear. You have to be really, really determined. You have really to be, determined or what in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me, like over a year to come over the strategy, to put my hand on the strategy I'm trading on today. After a lot of, trial and errors and the backtesting, I think backtesting and journaling what make it for me, what makes it.
Yeah, you mentioned losing a lot of money at the beginning. I don't think there's a trader in this world who hasn't lost money at the beginning of their trading career.
That's what makes trading different, like what makes it really different than any other career, like when you go to school or something, you have a timeline, like you will start early, your something September, you will finish in June, you will graduate, and you keep going like that. Okay, you have the courses, you will just study them, and you will pass your exam, right? On trading, doesn't work that way,
Well,
doesn't work really that way. Like nothing is guaranteed. You may study well, you will sleepless night, put all the effort, and you still not make it. So that's what really, really put pressure on your mental health too.
yeah. And the markets don't care about anybody's timeline or financial situation. The markets do what the markets do.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you mentioned you've had 10 payouts with ACG over the last year, would you say?
Actually, yeah, I didn't spend too much money on challenges because like it wasn't easy for me to come up with money to spend on challenges and just fail them real quick. I think I bought two challenges. I passed my second one. Like I failed the first one on the second stage, and on the second one I passed it, and I maintain it until today. And now I just request my number 9 or number 10 payout this yesterday.
Yeah, incredible, mate. Yeah, congratulations. And what's your approach to challenges? Do you go high risk or do you maintain the same risk management?
I go a little bit risk, but not too much, nothing crazy. Like when I start, I like to keep it on 1%. And once I'm up like 3, 4, 5%, I like to to push a little bit the risk, but nothing crazy. Nothing more than 2%. And this is how I pass most of my challenges.
And is there a particular asset, a single asset you trade, or do you trade across multiple assets?
No, I've never been fan of multiple assets, because I used to make money on indices, then I come to the pairs and I lose that money I make on indices. So I stopped doing that and I stick to most of like 80%, 90% of my trades are on indices, as US 100 or US 30.
And then we'll go into this a bit later when we go into the charts. But what's the overall foundation of your trading strategy? Do you keep it simple? Do you use specific indicators?
I trade like with naked chart, just market structure and levels, and I don't really, I have never traded any indicators. I think when I started, I was a little bit all over the place. I went on VWAP, I went on MAs and stuff like that. But like after back testing, which proved to me like it didn't work for me. Of course, for many other people, but for me, it didn't really work. And I always believe in whatever strategy you come across, you have to backtest that strategy. You have to go draw the data. You have to go like choose a specific pair or a product and backtest that the strategy to make sure if it really works for you or not. And when it comes to my risk reward, like I don't go for nothing crazy, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. I'm all good with that. Fine with that.
Okay. And do you trade full time at the moment, or is it more to supplement your income at the moment? Is it a little bit part time at the moment?
Yeah. Actually, when I was back home in Morocco, I was doing it full time because a small payout was covering me and covering my whole expenses for a whole month. But since I made the to the US, I know I can't trade full time.
Need to 20x your income now.
Exam where you're like small payout is barely covering your expenses for 1 week, not like it used before.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to increase the funds, not the lot size or not increase, like I want to just increase the funds and capital and let the capital do the heavy lifting.
Yeah. And was the move to California, was that related to trading, or was that just something different?
It's family related, just it's family related.
Okay. Oh, excellent. So 2 seconds, let me just get into it.
Let's move. Gonna be over to London to the office of Alpha Capital, maybe.
And then, what struggles did you face at the beginning when you first started trading, and how did you overcome them?
The struggle, as I say, it should be, the people around you, they will never understand, and you don't have really to wait for anyone to understand the struggle you're going through as a trader, because it's different than anything we learned about before, right? None your parent nor your friend or siblings will understand it because if none of them have been trading before, right? Because people already see you're wasting your life, you're wasting time, you're wasting your money, and like you're going crazy. That's already be changing. Like you gambling your money. You gambling your life. You wanna miss out on life, and maybe if you are in your early 20s or something, everyone will be pushing you to go to school, go to college here and there, and like if once you chase that trading, and if you win a little bit in the beginning, like it's very hard for anyone to change your mind. And it is a journey actually, it's a never ending and endless journey, like you we never done learning and improving subjects on trading. So for me it was the mental part and psychology part was the real challenge. It took me for years, and I'm still working on it. Like I'm not done, like no one ever done with working on challenges, when it comes to psychology. And that really makes a difference on my trading. Like when I start working on my psychology and I get a little bit hand on it, put it on control, control my emotions and my rage. Like if I lose a trade or something, I want to, revenge trading. Once I start doing such things, I start seeing, progress in my trading.
And then in regards to your psychology, I mean, when do you have a trade running? Do you go for the set and forget approach? Do you put the charts away, go off and do your own thing? Or did you have to monitor the trade based on your strategy?
Actually, I hate monitoring the trade because they're longer, or you will be watching or micromanaging the trade. You will do some stupid mistakes, and yeah, and you will regret it. But actually, I put the stop loss on GP, and I put alerts, and I'm waiting for the alert, and I put my phone around, and sometimes just around the message, and then okay, it says GP or stop loss,
Yeah.
one, who was like you keep attached to your phone. And I like just to set TP and stop loss and forget about the trade and don't micromanage, because a lot of we learn through the errors. Like before I used to micromanage the trade and I end up losing the trade, even though the trade go my way at the end of the week when I'm journaling the trade. I don't find out why I lose a trade, why instead I should have been winning. Then like why you keep doing refinement on your plan, on how you manage your trades, and this is how you can call yourself that you make it. Like you keep learning from your mistakes. Like at this week at the end, like on Friday night or Saturday, like I'm journaling the trades I took the previous week. I have to see, okay, I lose this trade. Like, is it technical? Is it is it from my psychology? Is it like I micromanage the trade? I have to find out why. Then next week I will try not to commit the same mistakes. And week after week I have, I'm keeping getting just better and better, and for like a year I'm way better than the last year. This is how it works.
Okay, great. And then, your trading career so far, what's been your biggest achievement? Was it your first payout or passing your first challenge? What's the one big thing you can think of?
Actually, passing the first challenge is really, has a different taste, but like once you get that first payout, you make sure that this thing is real, like the money you see in this really good, like I should actually go to your bank account, you get to withdraw it and see it, touch it, like then you spend some on yourself, some on family, and then okay, yeah, you see it, it's working,
Yeah. I can relate to that. I think mine was probably my first payout as well. Passing the challenge was amazing. But funny enough for me, I ended up passing one of my first ever challenges, really quickly. Maybe I caught a very good trade. But yeah, like you said, once you get that first payout and it hits your bank, yeah, there's no better feeling no matter how big or small it is.
Then you get hooked, like once what happened, like you see the potential, and you see that the like prop firms like offering you more capital, like okay, I can do more, like without risking too much of your money, without taking big lots or anything. You just read the same size, have more funds, and you will be doing way better, like once it's the potential, like it's really your mind, open up to a lot of things.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, if it's all right for you, should we jump into the charts quickly? You can maybe just either do a trade breakdown or how you analyze the market.
Sure, sure. We go draw that really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, as I say, mainly what I be trading is indices, but I do look on some other pairs, like your USD and GJ and other pairs, but I don't trade much. I like to, to stalk on them. Mainly my strategy, I don't go way below, the 1 hour, even though I have the small time frames here for backtest when I'm collection data, I do. But like I stick to the major ones, like, weekly and daily and 4 hour. The lowest I go to is 1 hour. Like now we just had, the major drop on NASDAQ. I will go draw one of the trades I took the last week. My strategy consists, the main factor of my strategy is, the market structure. And it's not really, the typical traditional market structure, because all what we know about market structure is high, low, high, low, high, high, low, and keep going like this. Sometimes doesn't work all the time, like really, takes time, to go through all the back tests and try to understand the correlation between like daily, 4 hour, 2 hours, and combining the market structure with levels, because levels, so a lot of people these say think levels is something outdated, but it is never outdated. What works before will work always. Just the way how we look at it and how the price reacts at this level is also defined. Okay, with you a little bit of supply demand and a little bit of everything. So for the previous trade I have took, which was the drop right here after the price break low right here, I was waiting for the price to give me a retracement, and I always, for retracement, you want to use your Fib retracement. So it's from the high to the low. Then it's clear here, the market structure, it has been changed, and we have really a change of character. So once I have, put on my Fib retracement, I have cleared that the zone, like where I will be waiting for my price around this zone here. The price give really a great retracement to the zone where we will be looking for the price. So once the price pull back to the zone where we were looking for it, our sell image was already here. I didn't know that the price would drop all that way. Like I didn't hold me my 1 to 3 and I'm done, but like it didn't stop. It kept falling.
So you don't wait for like entry signals. You just wait for price to enter your zone and you take your trade aggressively.
I don't. I really don't wait, because I believe in the zones, and zones and levels. I'm really, really, like introduce levels, because the price sometimes will not give you chance, as what happened. Even though it's for our time frame here, but you go the lower time frames, you will not really find too much, data from here. So once the level is valid, it's valid, no matter the signal. And this is the way how it worked for me, and actually it was 1 to 3. Yeah.
So that was like a quick trade. How long on average do you hold a trade for? Do you normally hold them overnight, or is it more that you want in and out in the day?
I hold my 1 to 2. Okay, my 1 to 2, my 1 to 3. I don't care if it is a day or two. It is a really 2 hours. I really don't care much about the time, as long as I care about my risk to reward. If I lose 1%, I have to make another 3% to 2%. But I don't risk 1% on the risk. Like I risk 0.5%, because I have one account and I don't want to lose it and I want to keep it, for the moment. So I'm not taking too much risk, and I'm just being really preservative here with it.
Yeah. And do you, get all your levels in place for the start of the week, or are you analyzing the chart every night?
Sure. I do, push my levels like here this morning. I was watching the level right here where the Nasdaq has retraced from. It is a clear, good, very clean level here. I have been watching it the whole morning. I'm waiting for my account. If not, I would have checked that trade. I would have just placed buy limit, because I have been watching the market the whole week since we started, and the drop has been expected, because I had another level, the same level that we dropped from last time. It was, market. So I have waiting for the price once we reach this level right here to go back and test on the previous levels that we broke. And then, if I had the account, I would have already anticipated on the buy limit on here.
So if you're placing a trade, you just stick with a trade, it hits your stop loss or it hits your TP. How are you managing high impact news events if a trade's running? Do you close a trade beforehand, or do you just let it run, or do you start removing your TP because obviously there's that 5-minute window?
Usually my stops are not really chaining, like the smallest stop loss is like 100 points.
Right. Okay.
I don't really care much about the news, and I do care because but my account is a swing trading account, so
Right. Okay.
yeah, I don't really have to worry about much about the trading. But I'm not a news trader. Okay, I don't trade during the news. I don't like too much the news because sometimes it just pick you out and take you out and go the other side. Trading is not the news, like it does move the market, but like it's not. I don't have to make my strategy all around the news.
Yeah, and you've got your edge that works for you, and that's proven if you've got a live account with ACG and you've kept it for a year. So yeah, you're definitely doing something right, and you've got an edge in the market.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a very clean strategy, not overcomplicated, and yeah, I think a lot of people can learn from this simple strategy.
Nothing crazy, like I hear a lot of concepts all over the place, and I have never, I really have no hate on those subjects. If it works for you, really great. But like personally, I backtest the strategy. I went over the data because backtest what matter at the end, okay, and your result. Whatever the subject is, you backtest it, you collect the data, you journal the trades during the week. If it works, it works. You can't say nothing on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the data doesn't lie, does it?
Exactly. And
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, it's really helpful. You're running through that, and yeah, a lot of people can just learn from something so simple. So yeah, I appreciate you sharing how you approach the markets. Yeah, it's very beneficial. Yeah. So what's your experience been like with Alpha?
actually, my experience with Alpha has been amazing because before I came to the US, I have been funded with many other companies. And as you know, a lot of companies now they don't accept US traders. And Alpha Capital has been the only account I kept because they're the only company that they accept US traders. So I lost a lot of funds because a lot of other companies they don't accept US traders. So since I moved here, like I have been only with Alpha, and I didn't find nothing better yet. So I'm sticking with Alpha. The team, the risk team, and everything really great for me. Whatever issue I have, I reach out to them through email. Like in a matter of few hours, I get a response.
Yeah, and do you leverage the Alpha community like the Discord server, or you just zone in by yourself?
Actually, I would love to, and I used to, when I had free time, yeah, I do a lot of that. I keep myself familiarized with the rules, with the whatever going on Discord. Keep myself updated. But recently, life is a little bit busier, so like just whatever I get on the email, that's what I keep up with. But I see the new program, the Alpha Prime. So I'm really interested and looking forward.
And then, is there any specific functionality or features you'd like to see added to the platform?
I would like, like personally, I would like to have, a payout on demand or something like if when we ask for submit a payout, we can trade, like we can continue trading. Essentially, yeah, like now once you ask for a payout, like the account is on hold. But that would be amazing if we can continue, trading once we ask for a payout. That would be really great. But other than that, Alpha doing a great job.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate the feedback. And then, what are your goals for the next 12 months? What are you looking to achieve?
first and foremost is like keep my account, keep the consistency, because at the end of the day, when it comes to trading or being a trader, is the consistency what matters. Either is I'm managing my own money or another company money. And for sure, I will be looking to add more funds, just to let the capital do the heavy lifting.
And then if you could go back in time, what advice would you give yourself when you first started trading?
For sure, it will be. I'm not gonna change much, but like I will just wanna be patient with myself and don't rush. Because it has many times where I feel like I need to rush, and if you rush, you will not get nowhere. Because you need to get yourself time, and be patient with yourself. Where things, you can absorb the lessons. If you're rushing, we all want the quick results, and it doesn't work that way in trading. No way, Trading will really, really teach you by its own way, Like you can't tell them or tell the market, oh, I want the money right now or I want the progress. No, 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 no. The market will decide. You are not the one who decide here.
Yeah. And what free tips would you give beginner traders?
Don't tell your family that you're starting trading.
Okay. I feel like that's been a big issue for you.
It does. And don't quit your job, okay? Like you will see a lot of money on social media. People posting. People post the good side, okay? You never know how much people lose money and how many accounts they fail. You will never know that, okay? You will see the on one account that they passed. You will see the one payout they reached. So don't hate on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Not everything you saw on social media is true. So just be patient with yourself, get yourself time, don't leave your job, and just the result will show up. The result will show up.
Yeah, excellent. And then, what would you like to be remembered for? Is it, do you have a goal like to be remembered for, to have an opinion from your friends or your family? Or just what do you want to be remembered for?
Actually, I have a dream, not really in trading, but like it could be part of trading. Like I would love, to have my own charity and and I want to really have it something where all traders can. I want to call like from traders to the world, like where all traders are friends that they trade to. We can put money and just give to the less fortunate and help the people that they really need.
Yeah, that's very noble of you. Yeah, that's a good mission to have in the background. Yeah. No, well done.
Not in materialistic. I don't want to leave the Bugatti out there or never. Well, it's that one and people reminding that that's it.
Yeah, appreciate it, Salah. Yeah. Appreciate your time today. Yeah, and it was a really great interview. I've learned a lot myself. You've been on an incredible journey. You're still very young, and you've got a lot of miles ahead of you. So I appreciate your time, Salah. Yeah, any last words you want to mention?
I hope that will not be recorded, but just to you, and you were amazing. Everything was cool and great, and you're a great person. Thank you for you make me feel comfortable during the interview.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, well, don't worry, we'll keep this in. We'll keep that bit in. So then there, I'm doing good work.
Yeah, we get to meet soon, and hopefully it's not the last, interview. More results coming in, let's achieve more consistency, more pips, more moves, and more money.
Yeah, no, nice one, Sally. Yeah, no, I appreciate the feedback. Yeah, no, it's a good interview. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, honestly, love what you're doing. Yeah, I only wish you more success ahead.
Sure. More consistency. That's what we pray for. That's what matters at the most. Mental and on trading too. Because without the consistency on your mental health or psychology, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah, nice. All right, mate. Yeah, I appreciate your time today. Really good to meet you. And
Thank you.
yeah, we'll have to get another one in soon. If you end up on another one of those risk interviews or anything like that, or just reach out to me in like 6 months and we can get another one in.
Sure. Hopefully, just keep doing great work on that account too. We have a new result to share with the other traders and give value. And inshallah, next time we give more insights.
Yeah, nice one, mate. Yeah, so enjoy the rest of your day.
rest of the day. I check it's the day.
Yeah, I'm going bed soon. Yeah.
I appreciate your time, and I'm sorry I kept you away from dinner. Well, maybe you had dinner. I hope you
Yeah, no, I'm going to have dinner now, so all good.
enjoy, brother.
Yeah, nice and Salah. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See you. Bye bye.